circular strikes in Chi Sao. Now, a lot of people think that Wing Chun only has straight line punching, like the chain punch. However, we do have circular strikes. So, for example, like this in Silam Tao, coming through here, coming down like this, in Bilji, this, Chum Kyu, this. So there are circular strikes. Of course there would be. It'd be silly not to use them. And yes, you do train them in Chi Sao as well. Now, the way we generally play with circular strikes in Chi Sao is how we deal with them. So how we defend against them. Yes, you can use them according to where your hands are. So for example, if my hand's here, I can use this as a circular strike. So in Chi Sao, like touch sparring, you can use and do use circular strikes because you want to, take straight lines to the target. And if my hand is on the outside here, then a circular style strike is applicable, right? So yes, it is applicable in the striking side, but what we like to practice a lot is the defense against them. Because a straight line strike is going to be faster, it's going to allow you to come towards the target easier, and also a really big advantage of Wing Chun is that it's a skill that can be cultivated up until old age. Because what we're looking to do is actually shut down our opponent's skill whilst attacking them. So it's not only about being skillful yourself, being able to hit through and block well and so on and so forth. It's also about when you make contact with a person, shutting down their skill by placing and connecting to their center so their muscles tense up, they get off balance, so that it's harder for them to actually be athletic. Because you're shutting down their skill via placing your state, your momentum, your mass, your direction onto them. Now, so that's why we like our direct strikes as well, because they're much more applicable into older age. Now, the way we like to practice it in our Luk Sao and Chi Sao is that as we're doing Luk Sao, it will be kind of like a conditional round where I'll break off and I'll take circular strikes towards my opponent, whether they're underneath, around, or even over the top, right? And he has to work on maintaining state and coming through. So for example, if Carlson breaks off to do the circular strikes, I stay with him and I keep coming at him, yeah? So as he breaks off to do them, I stay in state, I focus forward, and I come through with my attacks, right? So once again, as we're doing Chi Sao, every so often, Carlson breaks off to do circular, not to just do this, to do, hit me! Breaks off to do circular strikes, breaks off to do circular strikes, and I maintain what I'm doing. I come through and attack and defend simultaneously. So that's the idea there. You're still coming forward, you're still going down the center, and then you're practicing the defense to circular strikes. Now, you will have practiced these already in techniques-based training in the last part of the curriculum. The Chit Sao, the Dai Sao, the Bong Sao, all the different defenses against circular strikes. Now, you're doing it more reflexively from Chi Sao. So as Carlson maintains state on me, and I'm the one who's going to kind of break off and come through, he uses his state and the different movements of the limbs, techniques-based, to defend against my strikes. So let's have a go with that. Usually we do one attack, one defend, because it's a good way to develop that skill. So for example, Noah, you break off and do circular strikes on Carlson. Good. Carlson keeps coming forward, yeah? Keeps his state on, keeps his Wing Chun working as Noah tries for circular strikes. All right, now switch. Now Noah's got his state on, and then Carlson's breaking off. Okay. It doesn't have to be so obvious as well, Carlson, so like you don't have to come back and throw wild hooks. It can be a little more subtle. Yeah. So a bit more like the way you'd use it, Sure what I mean. So like, it's good to start off the way Carlson's doing. So if you're just new to it, it's good to start off being quite obvious so they can practice. But then, you can start to make it a bit less obvious, yeah? Just coming from tighter angles as well, yeah? Keep going. See how Noah's arms naturally met the attacks. So this is coming into the more kind of subconscious reflex component. Good, and then now the next part, so you both take turns, and then now you both are doing Chi Sao and adding in lots of circular strikes whilst Chi Saoing. Let's go.
No breaking off?
Hey, both. You can break off or you can not break off. So you just want to be trying to use circular strikes, yeah? Yeah? just so that you're not unaware of them. Because often a problem with Wing Chun schools is that they don't practice any type of circular style strike sparring, you know? So they get caught out there. All right, time. So the way we practice our circular strikes, you've already done a few in the past part of the curriculum, is that we usually do it in Chi Sao, like a conditional round, which we'll go into later in this course. And you can add it into your conditional sparring. And then eventually you have no restrictions. So, you know, you do circular strikes, latches, arm drags, punching to the chest, all different types of strikes, breaking off, coming in, and then even multiple attackers and so on and so forth. Okay, so any questions, put them in the community, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.